Hello great viewers, you're welcome once again to today's class. It's an awesome time seeing you back again. Today we are going to look at multiplication in number basis. The last time we looked at subtraction in number basis and we did quite a lot of examples. I'll be leaving the link of that video at the description of this video. Do well to check it. Let's go right into today's class. This is the first example we'll be looking at for today. Evaluate 324 in base 5 times 23 in base 5. So we have 324 times 23 in base 5. Okay, so what we do when we do multiplication in number basis is simply we multiply the two digits to be multiplied, the multiplicants, then whatever is the product, if it is greater or equal to the base, we divide by the base, but if it is less than the base we are dealing with, we write it down. So in this case, for the first part, we have 3 times 4, which is 12. It is greater than the base 5, so we divide it by the base. So we have 12 divided by 5. That gives us 2 remainder 2. So we write down our 2 here, which is the remainder, and take the main answer, which is our quotient, the result of the division, over to be used in subsequent multiplication. So we have 2 left. 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 2 that was left here, that gives us 8. So we have 8 divided by 5. This gives us 1 remainder 3. So we write down our remainder here and then carry over 1 to be used in the next multiplication. Then we have 3 times 3, 9, plus the 1 that was left here, that gives us 10. Now 10 divided by the base 5, we have 2, since nothing is left, we have remainder 0. Now we write down our remainder, which is 0, and then 2 is meant to be carried over for the next multiplication, but since there's no other digit left here, we simply put it down in the next place value. So we have 2032, but we are not done. So let's go back to the next digit here, because this is long multiplication. 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 is greater than the base, so we simply divide. So we have 8 divided by 5, we have 1 remainder 3. So we are putting down our 3, the remainder, under the digits we started multiplying with, which is 2. So the next is 2 times 2 is 4, plus the 1 left here, that is 5. So we have 5 divided by 5. Remember I said if we have a product that is equal to the base, we divide. If it is more than the base, we also divide. But if it is less than the base, we simply put it down. So we have 5 divided by 5, which is 1, remainder 0. So we write down our 0 here, and then we are going to carry 1 over. So we have 2 times 3, 6, plus the 1 left here, that is 7. So we have 7 divided by 5. That gives us 1, remainder 2. So I write down my 2 first, and then the 1 here is carried over. But since there's no other digit to multiply, we simply put it down 1. So the next thing is to add. Now we are going to add in base 5 because we are doing multiplication in base 5. So in this case, here is 2, it's not up to 5, the base, so I'll simply bring it down. Now we have 3 plus 3, which is 6. It is more than the base. So what do? I'll say 6 divided by 5. That gives me 1, remainder 1. So I'll write down my 1 here and carry over the main answer, which is the result of the division, the quotient, over to the next place value. So I have 1 here. So 1 plus 0 is still 1. This is less than the base 5, so we put it down. Then 2 plus 2 is 4. It is still less than the base 5. I will put it down. This is 1, less than the base 5. I'll bring it down. So at the end of the day, we have 14112 in base 5. This is how simple multiplication in base 5 is. I am going to take another example. We are going to still make use of the multiplicants we have here, 324 and 23, but I'm going to use a different base this time. Okay, let's look at the second example here. We're going to do evaluate 324 in base 6 times 23 in base 6. The same multiplicants we used in the previous example, but this time we're using a different base, which is base 6. Okay, let's do that. We have 324 times 23 in base 6. 3 times 4 is 12. It is greater than 6 the base, so we divide by the base. 12 divided by 6, which is 2. Since nothing is left, we have remainder 0. So I write down the remainder, which is 0, and then we carry over the 2, the quotient, over to the next place value to be used. So we have 3 times 2 now, 6, plus the 2 we carried over, that is 8. So we have 8 divided by 6, that gives us 1, remainder 2. So I write down my 2 here, the remainder, and then the main answer, which is 1, the quotient, we carry it over to the next place value to be used. In case you don't understand why we are making use of remainders first as our main answers here, I will want you to watch the previous videos we have done on addition and subtraction of number bases, which I'm going to drop the links at the description of this video. Okay, we have 3 times 3, 9, plus the 1 that we left here, that is 10. So we have 10 divided by 6 the base, we have 1, remainder 4. So I'm going to write down 4, which is our remainder, and then the main answer, I will take it over to be used in the next multiplication. But since there's no other digit left here to be multiplied by 3, I will simply put it down. So we have 1420. But we are not done with the multiplication because we are going to multiply with the next digit here, which is 2. So we go 2 times 4, that gives us 8. And 8 is more than 6 the base, so we divide. So we have 8 divided by 6, that gives us 1, remainder 2. So we write down our remainder, which is 2, under the digit 2, because that's the digit we are multiplying with. So here we have 2, and we are carrying over 1, which is the quotient, the result of the division, over to be used in the next multiplication. Now in the next multiplication we have 2 times 2, which is 4, plus the 1 that was left here, which is 5. And 5 is less than 6 the base, so we are not going to divide this time. We write it down. Then the next will be 2 times 3, which is 6. It is equal to the base, so we divide. We have 6 divided by 6, which is equal to 1. Since nothing is left, we have remainder 0. So this time I'll write down my remainder, and then the 1, which is the quotient, we carry it over to the next place value. But since there's no other digit to multiply with here, we simply put it down. So we have 1052. Now we are going to add in base 6. Here we have 0, it's not up to the base, so we bring it down. 2 plus 2 is 4, it's not up to the base, we bring it down. 4 plus 5 is 9, it is greater than the base, so we divide. We have 9 divided by 6, gives us 1, remainder 3. So I'll write down my remainder 3 and carry over 1, the quotient, the main answer, over here to be used. So I have 1. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 3. It is less than the base 6, so I will put it down. Then we are left with 1. Still less than the base, I'll put it down. So at the end of the day, we have got 13340 in base 6. I want to thank you for patiently watching this video till the end. I believe you have learned. But in case you have a misunderstanding somewhere, I want you to watch this video over again. And in case you have a question, feel free to ask your question at the comment section below and I'll be there to attend to it. But before you go, I want to drop a class task for you, which I expect to see the result of it also in the comment section below. Okay, this is the class task for today. It says evaluate 523 in base 7 times 112 in base 7. Do it and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.